What's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Before we jump into this crucial information that we're about to break down, we're going to dissect this stuff, but I got a couple things I got to announce first. I'm doing a 38,000 subscriber silver giveaway, and I'm picking the winner today. This is literally your last chance to enter, so make sure you're subscribed. Click that subscribe button, head over to the 38,000 subscriber entry video. Go do what you got to do to enter, and may the luckiest stacker win. I'm also doing a lot more giveaways, though. Just why you got to be subscribed. 40,000 subscribers, I'm giving away over $1,000 worth of silver. Now, when we're talking about Silver Slayer, right? You guys know that I'm doing my thing. But other people are trying to copy me. There's fake Silver Slayer accounts out there, so be careful. If you comment on this video and you see someone named Silver Slayer, same thumbnail as me, same name, looks just like me, but they're telling you to text some WhatsApp number or something along those lines, it seems a little fishy, it's probably not me, right? So don't respond. Hopefully you don't believe it's me, because I've seen in the past people actually do. Click on the profile. If it's not me, it will say 1 subscriber, no videos. If it is me, it'll say 38,000 subscribers and hundreds, if not thousands of videos. So be careful, and please just check, because I do respond to some comments, but it's not always me. Now, there's a crypto. I know crypto has become a mainstream. Bitcoin still isn't backed by anything, and that's why it doesn't really represent our channel, right? Because we talk about things that are backed by actual gold or physical gold, and that's what GSX is. It stands for gold secured currency. It's a crypto backed by physical gold, and I keep talking about this because there's tons of buying bonuses, but pretty soon there's not going to be. There's an 11% buying bonus today, which means you're going to get 11% more coins than you would if the bonus wasn't here. So the next decrease in bonus is in 4 days. So in 4 days, you're not going to get that 11% buying bonus, and it gets cut back, I think every week or something. The coins are 10 cents. The coins are 10 cents, and on the roadmap, they're saying within a year or two, it could be $1.50, $2 plus. I think it could be more than that, because once this thing catches fire, it's going to be crazy. They have their actual own mining. They have their own mining sites. They already set up their alluvial mine. You can watch the video here. 4 months after sale, they're going to open up a gold mine, and they're going to have a visitor center and 24/7 live feed, so you can watch it from your home. This stuff is crazy, right? It pays yearly dividends. You can actually stake. You could stake the coins as well. The link's in the description. It's crazy. This stuff's revolutionary. So right now, silver is still a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. It's like a volcano. I always compare it to a volcano. Gold already erupted, right? Gold already exploded. It broke past $2,000. So after a volcano erupts, it's just kind of hanging, right? It's still flowing, but it's not. There's nothing that's really going to make it explode to the same degree for a while. Silver still hasn't erupted, and silver does, since its little brother, gold's little brother, always does follow suit. So right now, silver's a ticking time bomb, and we're going to see a couple articles that are definitely representing the potential that silver has. I love, there's 3 different articles we're going to go over in this video. Well, 2, and then there's a link that a really cool podcast that I found from Goldman Sachs and someone else that also explains a lot that we need to break down. So, silver outlook. What's in store for the white metal? Silver has benefited from a buyout of the physical market and will continue to do so moving forwards. There is a lot of people buying silver and not selling it. That's scarcity. That means premiums are going to go higher. Producers turn into the consumers. Consumers turn into the producers. While the grind higher continues for most securities this February, silver's remained in the spotlight for several reasons, kicking off the month with historical level of volatility in the physical silver space, with coordinated attention coming from Reddit via Wall Street Bets. Now, we saw this crazy Reddit frenzy, short squeeze. People were trying to push silver from I think, $27 to $1,000, and obviously that's not realistic in today's day and age, but, yet, I guess I could say, but right now, that's not the point. The point wasn't trying to get it to $1,000. The point is that people now have silver on their radar. This saw silver prices spike to yearly highs, overtaking the $30 handle briefly. Since then, however, prices have failed to retake this key level as momentum during the surge seemingly stalled out. See, people look at that part, and then they're done. They don't understand the before, the after, or the during, the context behind the scenes. Context matters. If you were someone that just jumped on the Reddit train and just saw silver, like, I'm going to buy it randomly, and then you didn't understand why silver has so much potential, that silver even does have potential, that has been a ticking time bomb waiting to explode regardless of the Reddit frenzy, then you really wouldn't have the same idea. You wouldn't have the same strategy because you're kind of just going with what everyone else does, which is a terrible way to invest in the first place. It's kind of like that saying, if your friend jumps off off a bridge, would you? No. Why the silver prices surge could just be getting started. So, what exists now in silver market is a very unique phenomenon. This is due to large part of physical market being virtually non-existent, with supply running dangerously thin since the buyout earlier this month. And what they mean by the physical market being virtually non-existent is not only from the ETFs, right? Because ETFs, when someone buys that, they technically could trade that in for physical precious metals. But we know that the SOB, there's not enough silver if all those people wanted to trade the contract in to get it. Now, obviously, those people aren't going to do that. But if you want to look technically, we would be short hundreds of millions of ounces. But there's also the non-existent virtual perspective of APMEX being out of stock, or $400 minimum buy orders, or 10 to 15 day delays, JM Bullion's site going offline because there was so much traffic, right? Provident Metals not even accepting orders. This is crazy, right? That's nothing we've ever seen before. As such, there remains very little physical silver for purchase, which in tandem with a catalyst could trigger massive surge higher in the near or mid-term. I think that was a little glimpse of what's going to come later on, but to a much larger degree. Of course, much of the silver trade also takes place in the form of exchange-traded funds, ETFs, and that's what I was just talking about, the biggest one, which is SLV. Together with other silver ETFs, these instruments have also benefited from a buyout physical market. Will continue to do so moving forwards. So, you can see this upward, and here's the thing. When you're looking, or when you're investing, this is what new investors do compared to experienced investors. Experienced investors look at this, and that's where they buy. This is where they sell. This is where they buy. This is where they sell. This is where they buy. This is where they sell. This is where they buy. Most people do the opposite. Most people buy up here when everyone's talking about it, when all the articles are being made. And then when it drops, people sell because they're scared. They're like, oh, it's crashing. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have got into this. You see how it's opposite? It's supposed to be buy low, sell high. Most people buy high and sell low. And that's not having faith in the market. That's not understanding silver's true value. You got to get in before the curve. Most people are going to start buying silver at $35, $40, $50. And that's when we sell it to them. Most people see silver at $20, $15, $20, $25 and like, oh, that's a bear market. That's a bad investment. Why would you get into something? Look how cheap it is. That's exactly why we get into it. If you understood silver, then you would know that $27 per ounce of silver is extremely undervalued. So knowing it's undervalued, that means you should buy it, because then once the price does start to normalize or start to equate back to its actual price or where it should be, then you're going to make a lot of money. That's where you profit from. People don't think that way. They don't understand that. And I don't get why they don't. It's definitely interesting, but hey, it's not my fault. I try to help everyone by making videos and explain that. But if, some people aren't on it. Okay, this is another point I want to make. And I'm glad that I just kind of thought of this on the spot. Not everyone is set up to be an investor. People can invest, but some people do not have patience. Some people just don't know how to budget. Some people aren't ready to budget. Some people aren't ready to invest. You're just not. Hopefully someday they will be, but not everyone, especially, and we could break that down to even a farther degree, precious metals isn't for everyone. Maybe stocks would be more up your alleyway. Maybe crypto could or would. Some people don't have the patience to invest in the precious metals and hold it for that long. If you want a quick bang for your buck, get rich quick scheme, I would probably go the Bitcoin route. But see, what we do is we do expand, we diversify our portfolio, invest a little bit into Bitcoin, use the profits from Bitcoin, and then reinvest that money into precious metals, right? Bitcoin was up to 58,000. You know what I did? Since APMEX or JM Bullion accepts crypto orders, they accept Bitcoin orders, I took a little bit of the Bitcoin out of my Exodus wallet and bought 2 tubes of random year pandas. And you know how I could do that? Because I profited from Bitcoin, right? I mean, that's simple. A plus B equals C. Investors learn how to make new ways or new forms of money and then reinvest into what they really stand for, which for me is silver. I would, if I was never investing into Bitcoin, if I would have listened to everyone that told me not to get into it, I wouldn't be able to be buying thousands and thousands of dollars worth of Bitcoin or with the silver. I wouldn't be able to give away thousands of dollars worth of silver. See, you listen to everyone. Not everyone understands the markets. Not everyone is going to be able to adjust and adapt the same way you can, and not everyone has the same stacking strategy. Some people have less or more amounts of money coming in. Some people have different exit strategies, different goals, different buying time frames, different selling time frames, different financial situations. So you can't listen to anyone else's advice, because that could, and what works for me might not work for you. So you got to be careful. You can't listen to everything. And that's also why I try to make my videos from a more universal perspective, because I don't know your situation. I can't tell you exactly what to do. So there's this podcast from hcinsider.global. It's talking about the coming commodity super cycle. It's with Goldman Sachs, and let me see who else it's with. It's Goldman Sachs and where did I see this? I feel like it's right in front of me. Oh, commodity risk at Goldman Sachs. It's just okay. So in this, Jeff Curry, the head commodity research at Goldman Sachs, walks us through. So it's a pod. I think he's talking with someone. I'm trying to see who he's talking with, because there's question and answers. Yeah, I don't know who he's talking with, but basically it's someone at Goldman Sachs talking to someone. But anyways, you can play it and listen to it. It's pretty cool, and they even have the subtitle. They have the actual podcast written out so you can read it. I'm not going to read over all of it because it's a 52-minute long podcast, but I did want to share this with you guys. If you want to dig a little bit deeper, I always say do your homework. Like me, I'm reading articles all day long. I'm looking up different articles, searching, new news and all that. And obviously I do that because I have a channel that's supposed to break this stuff down for you guys, but doesn't mean you can't also do it yourself. There's a lot of other stuff that I don't cover. I try to cover the most relevant information on a day-to-day basis. I go over probably 10, 15 different articles, and I try to break it down, narrow it down to the 2 or 3 articles that are most relevant, that are most crucial for that day. So you can also diversify and branch off into the other ones as well, just to get a better idea. You can always do that. I try to mix in a little bit of chart perspective, some other articles like this from investing.com, and maybe a different outlook from a different perspective. But anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribing to my 38,000 subscriber silver giveaway announcement today. I'm announcing the winner. This is probably your last chance to enter. Also, if you want to check out GSX, Gold Secured Currency, I highly recommend clicking the link in the description. Watching this video is like 3 minutes long, but it breaks down everything that GSX is to a T. It's an amazing video. It's so perfect if you want to understand what it does. They also have a white paper if you want to look at, the legal documents and all that. It's legit. They've been featured on Forbes, NASDAQ, Yahoo Finance, everywhere. So it's definitely the up and coming thing. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.